Monte Carlo, where millionaires play. Risk is rewarded, and fortunes are made. But fortunes can change. One small slip, one bad decision, one wrong move could be your last. In this game, no one can afford to make a mistake. We're halfway through day 3 of the main event, and there have already been some dramatic reversals of fortune. Start of day chip leaders face frustration and ultimately disappointment.
3 hours of play and I pretty much lost every hand that I played. It just all went downhill. Good game.
Where's the rest of your chips, bro?
Well, the other players have them, obviously.
Short visit.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Online qualifier Robert Pankowski met the same fate, but he leaves with cash in hand and some great memories.
I had a wonderful experience. I'm walking away with 9,580 euros. Met all my heroes.
Hey, Daniel. Hey!
It was a pleasure to meet them. It was a pleasure to see them play, so I have something to tell my grandkids.
And as one door closed, another opened. The feature table hosted the rise and rise of Hossein Ensan.
I go all in.
Cool.
Selena praying for some help. No.
That's sick, wow. Good game, Selena.
After an unpredictable start, it's time to hunker down and make it through the night. Welcome back inside the Room of the Stars. And any second now, the 74 players left in the main event will be returning to the tables.
What? Didn't we start today with like 130? Where did everybody go?
That way. Tons of bust out so far, but still plenty of famous faces and former champs in the field. And Daniel Negreanu and ElkY are back on the main stage.
Don't forget about Hossein in the membrane, Ensan in the brand. This guy burst on the scene 3 years ago winning a seniors event. 2 years ago, he wins a main event, and now he looks younger than ever. He's doing it backwards.
He's kind of like poker's version of Benjamin Button.
Yes, he is Benjamin on the button.
Since taking down the title in Prague, Ensan's passion for poker has only continued to grow.
I love this thrill of this game. This is my passion. After Prague, every guys you come to me, I look your videos, you are amazing. It is nice.
But being on everyone's radar has its downside, something Ensan's co-stars have had years of experience navigating.
I think like different players have different perception of my play styles. Whenever I play tournaments on TV, they see like a few big bluffs, but they don't realize it's not like I make big bluffs every hand. It's challenging to adapt to it sometimes.
Of all the poker players in the world, I've probably given away more information than anyone else because I've been on television playing poker hands for so long. So throughout my career, always been able to adjust or understand what I'm giving away and how to counteract that.
As play restarts on day 3, the line between perception and reality could be the difference between success and failure. Welcome everybody to the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. I'm James Hartigan with Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies. Geez, this place is nice.
All of the remaining players guaranteed 9,540 euros.
That number is going up all the time, though, on its way to 500,000.
Among the chip leaders coming into day 3, Davide Katai, 2012 Berlin champ, with his fiancée, Caroline. There's the reigning champ, Jan Bendek.
His jacket looks like it's been highlighted by the selection tool.
But all the big names are on the feature table. None bigger than Daniel Negreanu,
Poker's resident vegan chatterbox. It's okay if you want to say he looks like Worm from Rounders.
Plus, we've got ElkY.
Former professional gamer, very convincing as a human being.
And Hossein Ensan.
Possibly the coolest senior since Harry Brown.
Those are 25K, the green ones?
300. New chips?
New ones.
You haven't?
I don't have any of the yummy ones, no.
Keep in mind, Daniel also thinks kale is yummy.
Negreanu, ElkY, and Ensan are joined by the likes of Valery Lubinets, a Ukrainian farmer who qualified online, and Adrian Ionescu from Romania.
Year of Romania.
Blinds right now, 3,000, 6,000 with a 1,000 ante. Action is on Ionescu. 9-5. Well, that goes in the muck. Daniel's out. Valery Lubinets folds 5-6. ElkY passes. The button is out. Ensan has kings in the small blind. And he just calls.
The old pre-flop trap. I like it.
Jerome Brion checks his option in the big blind. The flop is 10-10-8. Trips for Brion.
I mean, I hate it. I hate the slow play pre-flop. Raise, keep him from sucking out on you.
Ensan checks. Brion bets for value, 7,000. And with his overpair, Ensan's at least going to call. Luckily, he doesn't raise. Jack on the turn gives Brion a straight draw to go with his trips. Ensan down to 5%. No doubt we'll see a second bet. 16,000.
What started as a trap has now turned into a gigantic sigh.
Ensan calls again, this hand going to the river. And that river card is an ace.
This is bad news for Ensan.
He checks a third time. Will we get a third barrel from Brion?
It's bad news because all the draws missed and Brion isn't supposed to have an ace.
That's a bet of 27,000, quickly called. Ensan gets the bad news.
He still shows his age occasionally. You don't see the wizards holding up their kings like that when they get cracked.
Cheap.
Ensan only lost 57,000 on that hand.
Could have been a lot worse.
Nice, huh?
Jerome Brion up to nearly 300K. And a couple of eliminations already this session. Jason Wheeler is out. KO'd by chip leader Jerome Lostis, who has increased that chip lead.
Lostis with the Mostis. Chips.
He's the first player to break the million mark in this tournament. A stack of 1.12 million. Ensan second on the leaderboard, and two other former champs in the top 10, Davide Katai and Sebastian Malitz. And here's what they're playing for. Current payout, 12,080 euros, more than $500,000 up top.
Shh, sleep, sweet prince, sleep.
You tired, Daniel?
Just taking my power nap.
You know, Daniel's got a bit of a history of Monaco and hangovers. I wonder if that's the case today.
No, I think it's just genuine fatigue. He's been working very hard here in Monte Carlo.
Boring.
It's been folded to Daniel. Queen 10 off. He raises to 14K. Pocket fives for Valery Lubinets. He calls. Round to the blinds. Diego Vilela has just arrived at the table. A player from Brazil with total live earnings of $75,000.
Yeah, Diego, let's see a flop. Connecting cards to make a decent top pair, and you're at a discount.
He calls as well. We're going three-way to the flop. That flop is King, Queen, 3, second pair for Daniel. Vilela with a gut shot, checks. Daniel bets the minimum.
Big.
That's what they do online now in the high stakes?
I do it. I just decided I was playing the cash game thing the other day
Yeah.
with Kevin Hart, and I was doing this, and it was working really well, so I said, I'm going to try this. It's fun. Just bet little.
Daniel referring to the cash challenge we also shot here this week.
Lubinets with his small pocket pair. Calls. Vilela with his straight draw. Calls as well.
Guess Daniel wants cheap information or doesn't want to give completely free cards.
The turn is the 10 of diamonds. Vilela now has third pair. He checks.
And you come with the brr, you know? You can't be like little bitty guy the whole time. You be like, boom, power. From baby bet to power.
From 6,000 to 30,000.
One card, boom. One card, change everything.
I don't think I've seen this one of Daniel's personalities yet.
2 folds.
Made an extra 12K.
Good job. This card changed nothing though.
No, it did. It helped me.
Lubinets, loving it. Vilela, not loving it.
There's another man down. Remember Benoit Lamb, the guy who folded ace-king on the bubble? He's just secured his best ever live result.
Guess it worked.
Meanwhile, at the secondary feature table, Christoph Vogelsang is all in and at risk. But ahead for now of Dan Smith. Jacks for Vogelsang, a pair of 9s for Smith. 10 on the turn.
Vogelsang picks up a draw also to go with the best hand.
Has to fade a king or a 9 on the river. Oh, it's a 9!
Ew.
Christoph Vogelsang out in 65th place. Back to the main feature table where Valery Lubinets is racing for his tournament life. 9s against Ensan's ace-king.
Like chicken nuggets versus chicken fingers, one of these two hands has a slight mathematical advantage.
The flop has an ace on it.
All right, Ensan.
Lubinets looking for a 9. Picks up a flush draw now. Any hearts, any 9, sees him survive. It's the 6 of diamonds.
Boy, I'm gonna miss this, Farmer.
Good game, man.
Valery qualified for 530 euros and has just recorded his second biggest live result to date.
Meanwhile, the future's made of virtual Hossanity and sanity.
Here in Monaco, Hossein Ensan continues to dominate, knocking out Ukrainian qualifier Valery Lubinets
Good game, man.
and boosting his stack. ElkY seems concerned about Daniel.
You tired, Daniel?
Just taking my power nap.
But if anyone knows how to get through these long days, it's Kid Poker.
Well, anytime I'm deep in a main event with a stack as big as this, I feel good. But it's a very long process. I feel like I'm gonna play my small ball approach and I'm gonna continue to climb and I'm on my way to victory.
Smells like confidence in here.
Tired?
I just like to have my midday power nap. You know? Like 5-10 minutes, just like this, and then I'll be all wide awake.
But you should reschedule it to the break, maybe.
No, the break I walk around. Go get some food.
62 remain in the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. Blinds still 3,000, 6,000. Actions on ElkY. Fold it around to Diego Vilela. 9-5 of diamonds, he passes. Jerome Brion has ace deuce suited. That's a raise to 14,000.
Don't forget, he's the guy that knocked out Patrick Antonius last time.
King 8 of hearts for Daniel.
It's 14.
He's in the small blind. And he's re-raising. He makes it 42,000. Well, Marius Giersa has just arrived at the feature table. He folds the big blind. It's back on Brion.
So Brion is in position, but you don't really want to be calling with a hand like ace-deuce suited. A 4-bet is a distinct possibility.
He has re-raised.
What does he want?
84,000 total.
So like the minimum, basically. I made it 42, you're doubling it. You must have a good hand.
Nobody's got an ace blocker, and the stacks are awkward, so Daniel can't shove.
Every time I see Fedor do this, they just fold. He always does it and they just fold. But they always fold.
With his hand or?
Well, all kinds of junk.
Fedor Hull's one of the best players in the game right now.
2 and you got 141. Well, I mean, Fedor does it, they just fold, right? He raises from the small blind like 100% of the time. And they fold.
You can always fold.
They always fold. Nobody ever has ever called them in the history of poker. Good hand. I'm gonna guess you had a pair of aces.
Kings.
No, I think it was aces. He said kings? He said kings? No, you just think it's kings.
Yeah.
I think it's aces.
Nope.
It was better than me.
Yep.
Daniel's 1-1.
He out-Fedored you. First Daniel's power nap, now his power frustrated face rub.
On to the next hand.
Come on, Pitbull, play a hand. More like Mr. Foldwide.
Hossein Ensan with King Jack suited raises under the gun +1. He's made it 12,000. Action on Negreanu.
12.
King Queen of clubs on the button. Negreanu calls. Aces for ElkY.
And he's got like 23 big blinds.
Morning.
He shoves.
140.
I like it. By moving all in, his hand is actually going to look weaker. Ensan should get away. Daniel may be more tempted.
There's the fold from Ensan.
143 is 10. I'll gamble with you, bud.
Daniel calls.
Got it.
What's it? That's not it. I've got it.
So far, I got it.
I've got it.
King queen suited.
Yes. How
King queen
does
suited?
everyone do that all day? Like every time someone, did you see it? It's like the 4th time today someone's exactly called my whole cards.
Same hand. Same hand.
You had the same hand, king queen suited?
No suited.
Not suited. Oh, well, yeah, that's not
Oh,
the
okay. Not bad for me.
same hand.
Good news for you, no?
Yeah, good news. Well,
let's wait for the flop.
Right, let's wait the flop. It comes Jack 10-9.
140 what?
143.
I'm gonna do the prepay for voodoo.
Can we please leave religion out of poker?
Aces. Aces and a big blind.
It's nice, no?
3.
Not bad.
So ElkY's the player at risk here, but he is a huge favorite. Daniel only has 14% equity. Here comes the flop.
That's a good flop for me, buddy. Oh, yeah, clubs. Yeah.
At least there's one club. He's pretty much drawing dead otherwise.
Kind of a boring flop. Put like Jack 9.
The turn card has Daniel drawing dead.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
ElkY doubles up.
Aces is always
Thanks.
good.
Yeah, it's good. When you're getting pre-flop, I mean, that was perfect sizing too. Like I had the perfect stack to it.
Daniel, a tad tired and on the decline. Well, over to the secondary feature table where two former champs, Bendik and Mallets, are in action. There was a pre-flop raise from Maxim Paniak with King 10 of spades. Mallets called with 9 deuce. And Bendik called as well with King Queen.
Mallets didn't have much pre-flop, and now it's even worse.
Action check to Bendik, who bets with King Queen high. Gets a fold from Mallets and from Paniak.
Yeah, and Bendik. Nobody pegged this guy to be a 2-time winner, but then again, nobody guessed Vicky Corin Mitchell would do it either. Both sharp dressers.
Bendik, who won this tournament last year, hovering around the 200k mark. Talking of former champs, Davide Katai is in a hand against Jerome Lostis, the man who got the better of Patrick Antonius. Lostis has bet 45,000 on the turn. It's a Queen 9-4 deuce board with 2 clubs. Katai has counted out the call, and he makes the call. So this hand is going to the river, which is the Jack of Diamonds. Katai checks.
These two about even in chips.
Lostis bets big, 120,000.
Katai's made a career out of absurd river calls. I hope this isn't a bluff.
Lostis tables ace-8 of clubs for a busted flush draw. Katai with 2 pair. And Davide will take the tournament chip lead with that pot.
I am the captain now.
Katai playing a stack of 1,030,000. Just ahead of Stefan Schilhabel, the only other player in the tournament with a 7-figure stack. Meanwhile, Jerome Lostis has dropped down to 8th. He's lost around half his chips this level.
Lostis, lost cheaps.
With 59 players remaining in this €5,000 main event. Back at the feature table. Action will be on Diego Villela.
Oh, come on, Daniel. That's contagious.
Villela folds. Brion's out. I don't think Ionescu's ever going to play a hand.
Safe. Snug. Ladder up. Fold your way to the final table.
ElkY's on the button with aces again?
Okay.
He raises. Marius Patea has arrived on the main stage. 9-5 of clubs.
Oh.
He calls out of the small blind.
Well, this is what ElkY wants.
Hossein Ensan with 10-7 off in the big.
Looks like Hossein is eyeballing some of that quote-unquote dead money out there.
Bad timing, Hossein. A re-raise to 31,000. And ElkY counting out a 4th bet. A re-raise to 82,000. And Patea couldn't fold quickly enough.
I go all in.
What?
This is exactly what ElkY wanted.
Ensan blasts off.
Oh, Alter, Alter.
Runs 10-7 into aces.
Oh, my hand, 10-7.
Love this guy, but this is a massive punt.
It's not done yet.
Yeah, 10-7's a good hand. It's my favorite hand.
It's about as good here as it is in bowling.
There's no need for Ensan to stand up. He's not at risk here.
Well, he may need to walk it off.
The flop. Queen, Jack 4. So far, so good for ElkY. Now a 95% favorite. Yeah. Ensan drawing dead. ElkY doubles up again with aces.
Nice hand.
Somebody get Ensan a red suit and a white beard because he has given ElkY quite the gift.
Close to 800K now. Want to experience moments like that yourself? You can qualify for a main event at PokerStars.com. As night falls in Monaco, ElkY is on the rise.
That's good.
A double dose of aces has seen the French superstar double up twice in the last session.
Nice hand.
Nice hand.
Despite a lack of recent major results, ElkY's enthusiasm for the game is at an all-time high, thanks to the live streaming platform Twitch.
I always loved gaming and video games. I was a StarCraft professional before playing poker. When Twitch happened, I really wanted to give it a try, and I really love the way that it's kind of revolutionized the way you watch poker, especially online poker, because it's really interactive and you can be really close with your community, and it's just a lot of fun to watch.
And we have the nuts again. Oh my god, we are picking. We are picking in hands now. Second hand ever for the mouse.
I set up my own channel so that everybody knows I'm playing. Feels really good, they're all watching the stream and cheering for me. It's a huge boost.
The mouse is picking in live. Let's go! Woo!
I really love you guys, and thank you so much for all the support, and I really do my best to make you proud and make the mouse speak in live.
Did anyone call you Bertrand?
Almost never. I mean, my mom and some people do actually. It's kind of weird.
What does your girlfriend call you?
ElkY.
ElkY.
She called me baby, actually.
Calls you baby, honey bun, snookums, sweetie pie, sugar.
Thank you, Daniel. So day 3 continues here at the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. Blinds are currently 4,000, 8,000 with a 1,000 ante. Action folded around to Mr. Negreanu.
Yeah, Daniel, get at that nut.
It's yummy.
Reminder, this is a guy who thinks quinoa is yummy.
So it's been folded around to Hossein Ensan on the button. He's got ace-10. Tell you what, Joe, let's play this hand from his perspective. Let's sweat with Hossein.
This guy's in his 50s. Look at the shape he is in. He definitely sweats on the regular.
So he's raised to 16,000. Action's on Jerome Brion in the big blind. And he calls.
I like our hand. I think if we were dominated, there would have been a re-raise. This dude knows we like to go nuts pre-flop.
Well, the flop is King 5-4 with 2 diamonds. Brion checks.
C-bet's fine. Checking's fine.
Ensan checks behind. Jack on the turn. Hossein now has a gut shot straight draw.
So I guess that means we can call a reasonable bet, but much like when your grandma gives you a sweater for your birthday, we'd prefer a check.
Not going to get one. Brion leads for 24,000.
I'd say this is reasonable. Our gut shot is to the nut straight.
Ensan calls. This hand going to the river. It's the King of Diamonds pairing the board. Also puts a potential flush out there.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think if there's another reasonable bet, we can call. We should call.
With just ace high?
The second king makes it less likely he's got one. There aren't a lot of value bets he can have, and he is going to be bluffing a ton of missed straights.
Into a pot of 92,000. Brion makes it 56,000. Ensan calls.
Come on.
Brion shows 10-9 for a busted straight draw. Ace high is good.
Oh my God, I was right. I totally wasn't expecting that. James, I'm just a huge fan of Hossein Ensan.
It's nearly 3 years since we first saw him on the tour.
Barcelona, als mein ganzes Leben verändert hat, dass ich mal unter Top 3 war. Das habe ich genossen und das vergesse ich nie in meinem Leben.
Cashing an EPT 100 in third place for more than 650k is Hossein Ensan.
Thank you very much. Und danach Prag natürlich.
Hossein Ensan is the winner!
Letztendlich auch den Pokal in der Hand hatte und links und rechts habe ich den Trophy geküsst habe. Diese Trophäe von EPT Prag 2015 bei mir im Wohnzimmer habe. Und jedes Mal, wenn ich das sehe, bin ich verdammt stolz auf mich und freut mich. Ja, natürlich. Also ich möchte und zweite und dritte und ich möchte gerne auch mein ganze Wohnzimmer voll von Pokale von. Die können also, jeder kann von mir mein Geld gewinnen, aber mein Trophäe können die nicht gewinnen. Aber Trophäe bleibt für immer da.
Please be my dad. Please.
Hossein Ensan now playing a stack of close to 500,000. Meanwhile, we're heading out into the field. 3 players have gone to the turn, and action is on Davide Katai. He checks. Lucas Kubicki checks. And Michael Kolkovic, the current tournament chip leader, checks behind. Deuce of clubs on the river. Katai checks again. Kubicki checks. Kolkovic checks. Showdown.
Yes, I check.
Katai has a pair of 5s. And they're good.
Wow, winning there with 7-5's like coming up with an excuse as to why you were late for work and then your boss isn't in when you get there. You're like, how?
Katai now has more than 1.1 million. He is currently 3rd in chips, behind Stefan Schilhabel and Michael Kolkovic, who leads the final 55 with a stack of 1.22 million. Well, Petruszewski, who's 8th in chips, is involved in a hand against Dan Smith and Moritz Dietrich at the secondary feature table. Smith with a pair of jacks against a couple of straight draws.
Looks like it might be Dan Smith's turn to win when he was dominated.
Smith bets 75,000. Moritz Dietrich has a Broadway draw. He calls. Petruszewski drawing to a smaller straight.
This is the Aw Geez guy from the Prague webcast. Every time he's in a hand, he looks like he's going, Aw Geez.
He folds. Heads up to the river. Which is a 9. That's the straight for Dietrich. Not quite Broadway, but it's good enough.
I guess Dan Smith won't be winning with his dominated hand.
95,000.
He bets big.
Yeah, he's going for some real thin value.
Dietrich shoves on him. It's all in to call.
Even though Dan's beating nothing and no one ever bluffs in this spot, it's still really hard to fold when most of your chips are in the middle.
He does fold.
Is somebody taking heart against stake order? Because that was well done.
Dietrich up to 760k.
More like more chips, Dietrich.
Dan Smith left with just 117k. Back to the main stage. Action at the feature table. It's been folded around to Marius Giersa.
Yes!
He's out. ElkY's on the button. With aces again?
Elkster, ElkYmania. This is Pandemonium 2016. What year is it?
3rd time today. He raises to 18,000. Ensan folds the small blind. Vilela in the big. Has junk.
Don't tell me everyone's gonna fold to his aces. No one ever folds their big blind except for when you have aces.
Aces again. Wow.
Oh, shit, again. Yeah. Again, so sick.
Ace. Hey, aces.
Yeah, no action, so sick.
No action.
They know now. Everybody knows. Everybody knows now.
Like 30 hands.
50, but still.
Oh.
Yeah, 30, 40. Pretty sick.
The best thing about it is like the likelihood of getting it again is the same.
Yeah.
This math humor does not add up.
Double up back-to-back is very hard. Already getting aces back-to-back is hard enough.
You know how the old saying goes, one time with aces, you're going places. Two times with aces, pack your suitcases.
Thanks for that. Daniel raises under the gun +1 with King 7 of clubs. Does ElkY have aces again?
I don't even know what I will do.
Queens!
Come on!
I think somebody broke the shuffle machine.
He has been blessed today.
He's like so sick of it. Oh, God, another big hand.
That's a re-raise to 43,000. Folded to the blinds. Ilela gives up the small. Brion folds the big. It's back on Daniel. And he folds.
Again, aces?
No, but way good enough.
But way good enough.
No aces, but very close.
It's a secret.
Poor Daniel. Seems like he's in a slump.
Maybe he needs a third nap.
But ElkY is on an absolute tear right now. Here in Monte Carlo, day 3 is drawing to a close. And it's been a mixed bag for the players at our feature table. ElkY's been the pocket rockets man.
Aces again. Wow.
But things haven't gone so well for Daniel Negreanu. A misjudged call cost him dearly.
Morning.
I'll gamble with you, bud.
I got it. I'm probably tighter than most people in that spot, so I think against me, he could have folded. It was like not a super necessary gamble.
Nice hand. If I had nothing to do with it and it was just the cards, then I'm happy. But if I screwed up and I was the one to make a mistake, then I get a little bit frustrated.
And mistakes are all too easy to make once fatigue sets in.
10 minutes just like this, and then I'll be all wide awake.
Double espresso.
Double espresso also, please.
Wow, Daniel's clearly not the only one flagging.
Should we just have an official nap time? I've got a whole pile of carpet squares.
I'm in. It's the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino, the final level of day 3. Lines 4,000, 8,000 with a 1,000 ante. Marius Giersa under the gun.
Gears!
He folds. ElkY's out. Round to Vilela. Now Brion.
No small blind, bro. Yeah, good. No small blind, not worth it. Oh, I had a queen. That's it.
Queen deuce.
Queen 4. You missed it. You're getting worse.
Statistically, you will get walks with ace, king, and aces more than any other hands.
Hashtag fun facts. To the outer tables, where we have a battle of the big stacks, Schilhabel versus Katai.
These guys are looking pretty sleepy, too. To be fair, Davide always looks like that, and I've never seen this other guy before.
Stefan Schilhabel came 4th in Malta in 2015, an event we both covered. He bets 29,000 here.
Either way, let's just get up. Let's get the blood flowing. Come on. Let's get everybody moving.
Well, Katai is moving chips. He calls the bet. This hand going to the river.
Yeah, the river, that gets your blood pumping. It's a heart, too.
Action on Schilhabel. He checks. Katai checks behind. Pocket sixes are good.
Sixes maybe could have gone for some thin value on the river. He was blocking 6-5, and it would have been hard for Katai to even fold ace high on that board. I'm mostly kidding, though. I could never bet there.
Schilhabel now up to 1.29 million. Tournament chip leader. Back at the main stage, the double espressos have arrived.
I've just had 3 myself, James. Really good stuff. Let's play some poker. Woo! USA! USA!
So glad this is the last level of the day. Action on Vilela. 8-3. He passes. Brion's out. Daniel. That's Queen Jack of Diamonds.
Hey, take some money with you. I want you to be a rich, rich, rich woman.
Thank you.
I hope those aren't tournament chips.
18.
Daniel raising to 18,000.
We know how much Daniel likes this hand. He folded it to a 3-bet from Selena Lynn earlier in the tournament, and he almost cried.
ElkY with ace-8 in the small blind. Let's it go.
Okay, now go buy a car. You're welcome.
Generous.
Hossein Ensan has pocket 5s in the big blind and calls.
All right, heads up. Let's both hit a flop and go crazy.
Can just both have nothing and go crazy.
Yeah.
The flop is Jack 6-5. Top pair for Negreanu, a set for Ensan.
This is bad.
Check.
Daniel may be looking to get that tip back.
Daniel has continued for 22,000. Ensan. Counting out a raise.
Hi. How much?
55,000.
Daniel may just be too tired to do too much thinking with top pair. And that would be bad.
Make it 100.
Daniel re-raises.
Also, some part of Daniel must think Ensan could be tilting from the 10-7 punt.
How much you have behind?
124.
I go all in.
I guess I call. I'm not gonna put in 100 and fold the rest. You got something?
Set.
A set? How big? No good. I have the bigger set. Good hand.
Daniel at risk and way behind.
Set? Yeah, that's considered something.
No, you need runners.
I'm gonna have a sip of my tea before
Sorry,
I
man.
leave. But it's okay. It's all right.
You guessed it. You guys both hit something and go crazy.
Yeah. That's what I said. Let's both flop something and go crazy.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
The turn could have Daniel drawing dead. Sure enough.
Okay. Good hand, bud. Go get him.
Negreanu.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah. Play good.
See you,
Good luck,
Daniel.
bud.
Yeah,
Aces,
thanks.
Mr. Aces, and 3-betting guy.
See you around. Maybe you can just jump.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
25K.
relax. I'm too tired for that.
Really seems like being in this tournament and taking a nap are kind of a flip for him.
Bon chance.
Okay. Thank you.
Daniel Negreanu cashes out in 51st place for 12,080 euros. His chips, now the property of Hossein Ensan.
Guess that 10-7 hand was great advertising.
From one big stack to another, Michael Kolkovich has bet 100,000 on the turn in a hand against former chip leader Jérôme Lostis.
If Lustis looks full and satisfied, it's because a few hours ago he ate Patrick Antonius's lunch.
He's been on the descent since then, and now he's all in.
Tell me how much is it exactly, please.
For your weight.
This is a pretty wet board. Lots of ways to be made and to be drawing. Hard to know which one you're up against.
Will cost Kolkovich roughly 20% of his stack to call.
I will say this about Lustis. Every single time he's shown down, he's had a winner. I tend to believe he's got it.
Kolkovich has no live cashes to his name. Earlier he KO'd our qualifier. And now he'll put Lostis at risk. Jérôme tables the nuts. Kolkovich with 2 pair. And he rivers a full house.
What the heck?
Jérôme Lostis loses with a straight. And is KO'd in 50th place. On a positive note, he scores his first ever main event cash, just over 12,000 euros. Well, Michael Kokovic is guaranteed his first live cash in this tournament. Here's a genuine hashtag fun fact. He got married inside this room.
Must have been tough with all the poker tables.
Sigh. Over to the secondary feature table, a three-way all-in with two players at risk. Dublin finalist Ilias Kamatakis covered by both Dan Smith and Sebastian Mallets.
Looks like Mallets was trying to isolate Kamatakis and Dan Smith woke up with a hand.
The flop is 9-4 deuce. It's not looking good for Kamatakis. Smith still ahead with ace high.
Jack of spades, maybe?
No, it's a three of hearts.
Not a sweat card.
The river is another 9.
Good game. Good luck, guys.
Game.
So Dan Smith survives, but Kamatakis is out in 49th.
Ace high beats them all. Gotta feel good considering the massive fold we saw him make a little while ago.
Well, back at the main feature table, Hossein Ensan has shoved on Alexander Tomovic.
Cool.
And he is called all in. We're off to the races.
Like yachts versus butlers, one of these two hands has a slight mathematical advantage.
Tomovic, who is number 7 on Serbia's all-time money list, will need 9s to hold to survive. But it's a king-high flop.
Pure insanity.
Tomovic now needs a 9. One last chance to hit. One card to come. It's a 5. Tomovic is done.
Good game.
He finishes in 46th place.
Alexander Tomovic, I wish we'd had more time to get to know each other. You played lots of exciting hand.
Ensan's been on a great run.
And he agreed to come to my baseball game.
Day 3 concludes with 45 players remaining. Michael Kokovic will come into day 4 as chip leader. Former champ Davide Katai is still playing a 7-figure stack, and both ElkY and Hossein Ensan are in the tournament top 10. Next time, the clock is ticking.
Clock.
Time.
Time on 3.
You'll have 1 more minute to act from now.
Why you are so nervous? Does that mean you're bluffing?
Hold it.
And the pressure is mounting.
There is no shame in folding.